Hey guys, welcome back to another Greenville video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my favorite car in the Greenville update that added the 100 trims and new cars that I never got to go over. So, as long as Blue Z's Ozegzviki or whatever, which is an inline 5 Audi powered Jetta, there's also this, the Wolfsburg Bunny / Pitch R VR6 UR2. If you don't know what this car is supposed to be in real life, it's supposed to be the Volkswagen APR Stage 2. And this car is way different from the normal VR6 variant. This has the newer VR6 wheels, or now as the R, whatever you want to call it. This has hashtag GoURT above the driver's side headlight, which the normal VR6 doesn't have. It has a more aggressive chin spoiler in the back and up front. It's also lowered, has black wheels, has bigger exhaust outlets, as well as a rear diffuser. Now, another thing that's different about this car is the UR2 Stage 2 badges and the badge on the front and back. And also the brake calipers, I believe, are different. And also, right here, where it's supposed to be either black or chrome, it's white or body colored. Now onto the car. This car has a very different sound from the normal VR6. This is more of a straight piped version, whereas the VR6 has a different sounding exhaust. Here's the normal Pitch R VR6 spawned out. It has the same logo, but it doesn't have any of the UR2 things, and I lied about that. That is body colored, and the brake calipers are blue on this one, and the badge is the same. But the exhaust outlets, I believe, are bigger on the UR2 or URT. And this one has a way different sound, sounding like this. Anyways, let's get on to the next clip of the acceleration and power. So this is the Pitch R VR6. It has 280 horsepower and can go 160 miles an hour and gets 19 miles to the gallon. This is the Pitch R UR2 VR6, and it costs $30,000 but can go 166 miles an hour. It has 300 horsepower and it gets 18 miles to the gallon. Overall, I'd prefer the UR2 for just 10 grand more, since you get 166 miles an hour, and it's just 1 mpg difference if you care. Now, that's all for the dealership segment. Let's get on to driving the two. So this is the normal Pitch R VR6 on the road. Now I'm going to go up to this stoplight and do a 0 to 60 test, or 0 to 100 kilometers. And back to 0 to show you how much of a difference an extra 20 horsepower can make. So we're going to do it in 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3 seconds, 0 to 60. And now let's get to the other Pitch R UR2. Okay, now that we're in the Pitch R URT2, we can take a listen to the sound difference of both of them. And I forgot to mention that the taillights are different between the normal Pitch R URT or the normal Pitch and the normal Pitch R VR6 and the URT Stage 2. one. I should restart that as I didn't start counting. So this will be the 0 to 60 on the URT2. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2. So it takes about 2.8 seconds to get to 0 to 60, whereas it took 3 seconds to get to 60 in the just the normal VR6. So that's a pretty good 0.2 second difference. So the normal VR6 is 0.2 of a second slower than the VR6, than the URT2. Yeah, sorry if it sounds weird. But yeah, on to the next car. There's multiple cars in this update, so, on to the next car. The next car that I'm going to be taking a look at is Bluezilla's actual real-life car. This is a 2006, I believe, let me double check, 2007 Volkswagen Jetta with an inline 5, and it's got Audi RS wheels and an Audi engine, I guess, because it's Volkswagen. So let's take a listen to this car. Let's just start up. As you can tell, this is a very different car. And you can also find an inline 5 sound on the Volvo. It's on that old 90s Volvo. This car is front-wheel drive though, and can do front-wheel drive burnouts a bit. Yeah, it can do front-wheel drive burnouts. But yeah, this car is a pretty good car as it is pretty fast for the price, but also it's not too fast. It takes about 3.4 or 5, maybe even 4 seconds to 60. But like going from stop signs, you can do an actual front-wheel drive burnout, which helps getting from stop signs. And this car is a 6-speed manual, if you were unaware. Has a top speed of I think 144, but we're going up to that top speed right now. Has a top speed of 144 and costs, I believe, 20 grand. It's a really good buy for the money. And it also has automatic lights. And it also revs to around 7,500 RPM, and it pretty much sounds really good. Another car that has the same sound is the 97 Volvo. I believe it's like 450 or 550 or 650 or 750. I forget the model. Might be a 750R. But yeah, let's take a look at how much this car costs and how it performs. So this car costs $15,000, goes 145 miles an hour, which I showed that it actually goes 144, but it makes 200 horsepower and it gets 22 miles to the gallon. I think it's a really good bike, considering that for this car and the sound especially, you can get a pretty quick car for 15 grand. Now let me show you the Volvo that wasn't added in this update and it was added in GV3, but just for sound comparison purposes. I lied, it was in 1995, but for $4,500 you can get a 205 horsepower inline 5. Now let's buy it and let me show you how they compare in sound. The Volkswagen has a better sound as it's more amplified and higher pitch. This one, on the other hand, is more raw and raspy. But then again, this car is a turbo front-wheel drive car, so you can do this really easily. But yeah, the next car on the list... Now on to the next car on the list. The next car on the list is the 2008, I believe, 2008 Mazda RX-8. This is the Mazda Speed Edition, which I believe is one of the best looking cars in the game, because the way they made all of the fender lines and all that looks just really nice. And also, there's this hidden feature. Not only is it a rotary, which I love rotaries, it can make this sound at 8,000 RPM. That is a shift now sound that you would get in certain cars from the time. So now let me show you how it sounds when you're driving. Okay, so when you drive this car like a normal human, you can drive it like this. But then let's say someone's trying to race you and you want to do a pull. Well, that's what the shift light sounds like, or the shift sound. I don't know if other players could hear this, or if it's just you, but here's... So that's what the shift thing is all about. Now I'm going to end this video here, as this video is probably 20 minutes. No, it's actually 13 minutes. But that's really all I had to talk about in today's video. If you enjoyed, please like and possibly subscribe. Yeah, I just think the cars that I have that I think are my favorites are because I drive them a lot and I've owned them for a while, and I have to say they've lasted a while in my inventory because I normally sell cars a lot. Now, the Swag Wagon is an exception since it is a rare car now. But yeah, if you'd like to see more of these kinds of videos and Greenville and Roblox videos in general, please comment down below and tell me if you would like to see more of these. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.